Welcome to class. So you woke up to the fact that you are creating your reality. Great. Welcome. Welcome. Join me. I'm your teacher. You woke up to this thing, right? You woke up to, ooh, I'm creating my own life, right? We need you here. We listen to this. You woke up to this life thing. You woke up to the fact that you are the creator. We need you. We actually need everyone to get on that page. Thanks. We benefit as a collective from people realizing this. So, welcome. We need you. So, let's give you support through it because it requires some phases and it requires some strong will. Okay. God gives his toughest anyway. It requires strong will. Okay. Because listen, there are three phases to this thing. Phase four is life. So before you're thinking, oh, I can't wait to, because this is how humans are, can't wait to get to step four. Step four is death. Did I say death or life? Can't remember. Step four is death, actually. So don't worry about it. There's three phases to this thing, okay? So step one, you're not in control yet. You don't actually understand your power yet. And there's nothing to judge about that because it's actually more comfortable for most people. I'll explain it. It actually makes you feel better. This is the one truth about life. Things are always moving towards positive and better. There's a constant positive flow of energy to this entire thing. It was all made out of love, okay? For a lot of people, step one is where they are the most comfortable and it is where they get the most love. So we cannot judge it and we cannot judge you for being there. That's what was comfortable to you. That's what was giving you the best feeling, okay, for a while, and then you evolved. But that phase is not to be judged. But in this phase, you think that it's material world first and you second. So when bad things are happening to you, you get stuck there, right? You get stuck there, and it feels like the world is coming for you. That's why you get stuck there. It feels things happen, things do happen. We have human experiences that are very intense, very strong, give us fear, they give us panic, they give us pain. They are there. They are part of this human thing, okay? And in this phase of life, it is more comfortable for you to understand it as life is happening to me and I'm surviving my way through it. And I just have to deal with whatever, and I'm surviving through this thing, and it's all being done to me. That phase is more comfortable for a lot of people, including yourself. You were there at some point. There is no point in judging it. We accept that phase and we love on it because here's phase two, right? Phase two is you understand. It usually goes like this. For you to move from step one to step two, a realization hits you and you understand, okay, things happened to me. I was a victim. Things happened to me that hurt me. Things happened to me that were messed up. However, I am still keeping myself in these situations. Now, things have moved on, those things that have hurt me, they're no longer right now, right here in my life. And yet, I'm still having issues with my relationships. I still am having issues loving myself. I'm still having a hard time accepting what this life thing is, and I still cannot get fulfillment out of it. And I'm still stuck in my negative patterns. In phase two, you are becoming aware of the role that you play in shaping your life. And the reason why people don't move from, not everyone moves from step one to step two, is because of the fear in it. The realization in step two is I play a role in it. It might not be an entire role, I'm not God, but I play a role in it and I can see how the role that I have played negatively in my life has impacted me. I can see some of my role in it, right? The reason why not everyone is going from 1 to 2 and they're just stuck at 1 is because of the fear. There's a fear involved in realizing that you can create things. There's a relief, yes, because you see these negative things that you created and you realize, wait, I created this stuff. Maybe there's a way that I can create better, right? But there's also fear. And the reason people don't cross from 1 to 2 is the fear. The fear is keeping them in 1. Why? Because when seeing and accepting that you're having a role in this means that you are seeing the possibility of your mistakes and accepting them. It means accepting your role in it, and it means, hey, I did things that were wrong. I can do things that are wrong again. But what happens in phase 1 and why a lot of people stay there is because they cannot move past the fear of understanding that they can make the next move and it be wrong. You are afraid of your own power because actually you're constantly being brought to awareness, right? But then you're keeping yourself in these phases. So even at step 1, sometimes it's hitting you. Sometimes you get closer to yourself and to source and it's hitting you. Wait, I'm having a role of it. But what keeps you out of it, the reason you continue to disconnect, is the fear related to being a creator. It's actually realizing people's free will is what caused me pain. The fact that people's decisions are what causing me pain, are what is causing me pain. People and their ability to decide is what caused me pain. So I'm not able to accept that I can also decide because that means I can also cause pain. You drag yourself out of that power. You go back to being disconnected and staying in phase 1 because actually everything is trying to get you out of it, but you end up staying there because you are afraid of your power as the creator. You understand actually more than the hurt that these situations are causing you. You understand that you have the capacity, sometimes it hits you, that you have the capacity to decide the same way they decided. You have the capacity for good and for bad. So you could make decisions. In accepting that you can decide, you also have to accept I can make decisions that are wrong. I can make decisions that hurt people. I can make decisions that have hurt me. I have hurt myself. I have hurt others. It's people's inability to accept that. And it's not that they don't want to accept it. You were there too at some point. I was there too. It's not that you don't want to accept it, it's you are too fearful. You are too fearful. You get analysis paralysis. It is more comfortable to put a passive role on yourself and let everything else and blame this other person, this other situation, this other thing for being the cause of the bad, than sitting with yourself and realizing that you too can cause bad. Their free will is what allows them to cause bad. Your free will is what allows you to cause bad. You accept that you have free will and the power to choose. You accept that you can also make bad decisions. Some people, we've all been through this phase. In this phase, you are not able to accept the weight of those possible bad decisions yet. You are afraid. You are too afraid of what it means to create, and you have not embraced all sides of yourself yet. You are not ready to embrace the possibility of you causing harm and the times that you have caused harm to yourself included. You are not able to embrace it yet. And the only reason you would not be able to embrace it, again, there's nothing to judge. The only reason you would not be able to embrace it is because you are afraid. You are in fear mode. You are in survival mode. You spend more time, even though you keep getting brought out of it, you end up spending more time consistently in fear than in love. And what fixes this phase is connection. What fixes all fear is connection. Connection and love. Love for yourself and connection to yourself brings you back to source. A connection to yourself, a connection to something bigger than you, brings you back to love. It brings you back to love more consistently. From love, the fear dissolves. From love, from being connected to yourself more consistently, more often, from feeling connected to something bigger and some of that weight being lifted to you understanding that it's both of you. It's you creating all these things and you're a co-creator actually. It's understanding that you are bigger than this human thing, but you also get to create this human thing. It's both. It's your connection to yourself, is giving you the connection to something bigger because you are part of that something bigger. That connection gives you love. The love over time, so that connection more consistently dissolves the fear. So the reason you moved on from step 1 to step 2 is congratulations, you were able to connect to yourself more consistently. You were able to connect to something bigger than you more consistently. Not everyone gets that. Not everyone gets that opportunity, so it's a blessing. It means you were closer to the feeling of love more often than to the feeling of fear. Congratulations. That is an amazing thing. Let's use it. So you actually are connected to yourself and connected to something bigger fundamentally if you can understand and actually accept that you're creating your reality. Because it comes out of love. From fear, you cannot actually embrace this process. You're able to embrace this process because you're receiving love from yourself and love from something bigger than you more consistently now. So now you're on step 2, right? Now you're on phase 2 of the process. And it's like, congratulations, you made it here. You did the inner work. You felt your connection to yourself more often than what's needed for step 1. It was more consistent. You lived life more consistently through connection than disconnect. Congratulations. You're on step 2. Now, you look around and you realize not everyone is here with you, right? Not everyone is here with you. And your school, your training, the society, conditioning was all left in step 1. There's a reason why they're not here with you. It's because they're still in 1. You were still there too. So accept, love on it, and move on. But now you're on step 2 and you realize, ooh, I'm alone in this journey. You're not. You're not. This is why places like these on the internet exist. So you're on step 2. And congratulations. Congratulations. You got to step 2. That is a blessing. You were awarded with love, right? Here's the other side of that coin. You got to step 2. Congratulations. Your life is going to feel 1,000 times better because you will continue to get closer to love, right? But you get to step 2, you are given a task immediately. It's like, hey, we gave you the blessing of knowing us as source. Now we have a job for you. Now we have a job for you. So the other side of that coin is now you have a cleaning up job. Now, if you understand you're creating your reality, you understand I created years and years and years of life where I didn't know that I was creating it. So if I didn't know that I was creating it, I didn't know that I was able to choose yet. I created a bunch of things that if I now, with what I know, I would have done differently. But I created these things before I knew the power that I have. So your first task when you get to step 2, clean up job. Clean up job. You start as the janitor of the place. Before you don't even start as a student. You start as a janitor, and it is a very humble and needed job. It is essential. It is essential. If you do not start cleaning up and actually complete the cleaning up job and the cleaning up task, you will not get anywhere else. It is essential. Cleanup job means, okay, you understand that you're the creator now. Now do not react to a single thing that you created. You understand you're the creator. So you understand you created things you didn't want. Now don't keep creating them. You understand you're the creator. You want to create better things. Now stop creating the bad ones. Start with stopping the creation of the bad ones, because there will be a lot of things in there that if you had to create them from scratch now, you would do differently. But there's a reason why there are stages to it, and there's a process to it. You get there, cleanup job immediately. Things are gonna pop out of the damn, almost cursed, out of the damn sky. That's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like you're looking around you and there's bombs. You're looking around you and everything is setting you off. Congratulations, though. That's a good thing. Why? Because now you're aware that you're reacting to things. That awareness is what saves you. That awareness is what's going to carry you. However, in being aware, you're now being shown, hey, here's the stuff that you ignored all these years. Here's this thing that's actually been bothering you that you ignored for these years. It will start to be shown to you. Cleanup job, cleanup job, cleanup job. I have a video specifically on that, on not reacting. That's what you're doing. Cleaning up means not reacting. How do we do that? Let's sum up the video for this one. Easy, easy, easy. Things, if you feel you're in stage 2, okay? Okay, student, lock in with me. You're in stage 2. If you feel good, continue to feel good. Continue to feel good. If something is getting to you, which stuff will get to you? Stuff will get to you for the rest of your life, right? But you're doing the training now to know how to handle it. Something got to you. This is the moment where you apply the practice. You're here for this job, okay? Step 1, you do not react. You pause the exterior. You give it a break. Why? Because now you understand that the power is within you. The power for change is inside of you. It's no longer these external things, so nothing's going to click anymore. Pause it. Give the exterior a break. Step 2, quiet your interior space, because now it's all about that. You understood that it's you and your frequency creating this thing. So your job now is here. It's internal. It's in quieting down, calming down, soothing yourself from all that fear that you have carried. All that fear that kept you from seeing the love in all things, the fear that kept you from being able to create your life, all that fear will keep being brought up internally, because you're dealing with your circumstances. You're dealing with the stuff that you've already created out of fear. You were in a lower vibrational state. So you created things that were low vibrational, but now you understand why you created them, because it's your frequency dictating how these things are, what you're creating. Right now you understand it. So these things, when they come up again, because this is the life you created, the way you're going to change them is you're going to change your frequency, because you understand that now it's you first and how you feel, and everything else second. So now you're going to have to change, mandatory. You're going to have to change how you feel about these things first, and then the situations will improve. But you know this now. There's no way out of this. You know this now. You know that it's your frequency, your interpretation of life, your belief systems, how good you feel. You know that it's you creating these relationships to these things. You know that it's you interpreting life. You know that it's not life happening to you. So this is, lock in with that knowledge. Lock in with that. Keep going internal. You know this. You know this. The thing is, in step 2, you're having to prove this to yourself time and time again. You're in that ring. You're in that school all day, cleaning up, because you're having to train yourself internally into connection. So that connection is 3. 1, pause the exterior. 2, quiet the interior. 3, connect back with yourself. And that's why you're doing this. You're having to show yourself that connection to yourself over and over again. It's the thing that saved you from phase one. It's the thing that will save you in phase two. It's the thing that will save you in phase three. It's the thing that will save you forever. There's nothing else to search for. Search for your connection with yourself. And that connection brings you to something bigger than you. And suddenly you're able to deal with life. That's how it works. Your connection with yourself will continue to save you. It will continue to help you because it will continue to give you love through this process. Okay. That's what you're searching for. You understand now that there's nothing to search externally. So drop it. You understand now that there's nothing to chase, so drop it. You understand now the chase is you finding your way back home. That's it. That's your job. That's your training. The cleaning up means that. It means things will show up because you lived life disconnected. Things that you created when you were disconnected will show up. They're in your face. You're having to connect with yourself through them. Even if they're right in front of you, screaming, freaking you out, now you know that it's you first creating it and then everything else. So lock in with that. This stuff is pissing you off. It's making you mad. It's the stuff you didn't want. Now you know. Now you have enough love for yourself and a strong enough connection to yourself to understand that you are not the victim of this world, that you might have felt like a victim in your life sometimes, but that cannot be the full picture. You understand that even though you had experiences where it felt like this thing was going to get you and kill you, you understand now that you are bigger than this human thing, that actually you do not die here. Your spirit goes on forever. Nothing can actually hurt you. Nothing can kill you here. You do not die here. Your human body dies here. You go back to being spirit. Okay, so now you know this. Now you have enough knowledge of this to have this thing in front of you and to be able to calm yourself down no matter what. You were given that knowledge as a blessing. You were given a higher perspective as a blessing. You were given something bigger than, you know that there has to be something bigger than, this is just the way things are. And life is happening to me. You know this. So you have to lock in with that knowledge because not enough people are in phase two. So you will not hear this replayed to you. You will not get validation on this enough. You have to lock in with that validation that comes from your guidance system. You have to lock in with that connection over and over and over again. You were given this gift of being able to see things through love. So now when the thing comes up, you understand, okay, pause the exterior, pause on this thing. Let me quiet. Let me connect back to myself. And let me understand again that I am bigger than this. Everything's going to be okay. I am bigger than this human story. I am loved. I am supported. I am guided. You're going to have to do this process through every little thing that pops up. That is phase two, essentially. Cleanup job. Cleanup job. Cleanup job. And you see the change in energy. There's a reason for it. Cleanup job made you calmer, made you quieter. It made that connection to yourself, the thing that saved you, it made it stronger. From this strong, strong, strong foundation, peace starts to blossom. Peace, acceptance, understanding, clarity starts to blossom more and more often because it's a consistency game. The only thing that is separating the phases is how often you're staying in them. It's a consistency game. It's how the only thing separating the phases really is your frequency level. But what really matters in this human story, because you can be at any frequency any time of the day, it's how consistent you are in that frequency level. So phase one, you were lower. Phase two, you're in between worlds. Phase three, you're higher vibration. You're more high vibe, more often. It's the frequency, it's the consistency in this human life story thing, in this human body. It's the consistency that matters, because you can experience all kinds of frequencies throughout the day. It's how consistent you are in that frequency that will give you your experience, your human experience. Okay, so you were able to stay, you did the cleanup job, you did cleaning up, so you were able to stay in a higher frequency for longer. That became more comfortable to you now. See, you were able to exist higher for longer. So now things start to make sense. You get clarity on your life. You get clarity on how you ended up here. You start being able to use, again, you feel the love more often than you feel the fear. It's just consistency, okay? I'm not telling you that, please understand this as you reach phase 3. I'm not telling you that fear will be eliminated from your life. I'm not telling you that you will never have moments where you feel like a victim again. I'm not telling you that this world won't get to you. I'm saying that in terms of the consistency of how you feel, you consistently understand that you're something bigger than this, and that you are more than your human form more often than you did in phase 2 and phase 1, more often than not. It's the consistent knowing and keeping yourself connected to yourself that gives you a different experience of life. Now you're actually able to embrace, okay, now I understand. I had moments of life where I had the experiences that I had that hurt me, that did this to me, that gave me this feeling, this feeling. Now in phase 3, you're quieter. You're spending time connected with yourself. Things start to make sense. Things start to click. You're staying in love more often, so you're seeing things through love. You're seeing things as more connected. You understand the balance of things now. You can embrace it better now. You know that you came here to have these experiences and sort through them, and sort through these times that feel like dark and the times that feel lighter. You start to put it all together, and you see it all in union. You see the wholeness, you see the bigger picture. In phase 3, congratulations, master creator now. Master creator. Because from a place where you see it through love, and you don't fear it, and you know that there's no meaning to this, they're just experiences, right? You're giving it your own meaning with your belief system and how you feel. You know this. Now you're able to embrace it. Now that you feel the fear less often, you see it through love, it starts to become fun. This is what you came here for. Phase 3 is you realizing, I came here for this. I came here for phase 3. I came here to be joyful. I came here to enjoy my life. I came here to have fun with this. Because then it hits you. You realize, I can't control the way people feel about me. I can't control these manifestations coming in or not. I can control the things that happened to me in the past, what will happen to me in the future. I can't predict that. In phase 3, you understand, I can't predict any of that. I can't control any of that. And it starts to become easier to understand that the only thing you can actually do is enjoy the ride, because then it hits you. You're also not afraid to die anymore. Then it hits you. I was allotted this is a mentality that you unlock when you're in phase 3. It hits you. I was given a certain amount of time in this life thing. I don't know what the amount of time is. I could leave tomorrow. My journey could be done tomorrow. And then I'll be out of here. All of us have an expiration date. I'm going to be out of this human form sooner or later. No one survives this. No one actually stays here. I don't know when I'm going to leave. And because you spend more time feeling love for it, now it doesn't scare you. It doesn't freak you out. Now you actually can embrace the human journey and you're like, wait, I'm bigger than this and I'm going to return to being bigger than this at any point. I don't know when I will die. I don't know when my journey will be over. The only thing I can actually do is enjoy it. The only thing I can actually do with this is enjoy what I was here to do, which is to create my life with the things that excite me, with the things that bring me joy, with the things that make me happy, the people that I love, things I love to do. That was it. That was it. But you had to carry yourself throughout all those phases to realize something that you've always known, to realize something that will come in and out of your life through every phase. Because listen, this knowledge can hit you at any phase. The phases are just how consistent you are with that knowledge, how much you actually feel it and trust and believe it, how much do you actually live your life through that phase, right? Because then when you put everything together, you realize there's some fucked up things that happen in this world. There are some fucked up things that happen in this world. There are some fucked up things that happen to me. There are some fucked up things that can happen to me. There's things that can happen to me that I cannot predict. There are things that can happen to the people I love that I cannot predict. There are things that can come for me tomorrow. But at the same time, because you're able to see it through love, you understand it was all an experience. What gave me the hard time, what gives everyone the hard time, it's people's free will, right? It's because if I want to be able to create, so that means everyone else has to be able to create. And I get to choose to create out of disconnect or connect. And I get to choose to create out of fear or out of love. That means everyone else got to choose to. So, what can you actually do, though? What can you actually do? There will always be people that annoy you. You're stuck here with them, but you're waiting for them to die to start your life. By that point, you're going to be close to death too. There will always be people here that you don't like. There will be situations here that you don't like, things here that are messed up. At the same time, there will also be love. At the same time, here and during your time of being human is your time to experience the love, the happiness, the joy, the connection, the things that just when you get them, you're like, oh, this is what makes it all worth it. The love that I feel for my people around me, the that I feel for the things that I do, the being able to enjoy this moment, the being able to enjoy my food, being able to enjoy my workout, being able to enjoy being outside and having the sun on me, being able to enjoy experiencing hope, being able to give everyone hope too. You embrace it all because essentially you have no choice. When you leave this place, the good will also leave. When you leave this place, the bad will also leave. You are dealing with a mix of everything, everything in one, everything in one. And it's actually that mix. And when you're actually able to accept the mix of everything, the things that were out of disconnect and the things that were out of connect, the good, the bad, whatever label you put on it, when you're finally able to embrace all the experiences and everything that it means to be human, then you can start to feel more creative about it. Then you go, okay, I've seen it. I've seen both sides. I've seen what's possible. I will continue to be shown what's possible. But you embrace it and you go, okay, My turn. My turn. My life. My rules. My life. My life. My life. My rules. My reality. My life, my rules, my reality, my joy, my peace, my experience, my experience, my experience, my life that no one else will get to live for me, my experience for me, my world, my choices. And you're actually at a place now where you can make them out of things that feel good. And then you realize, oh, this is fun. This is fun. This is fun. And actually, the more you remind yourself, because you'll never stop doing the cleanup job. You're always going to have to clean up from the stuff that people are creating in their own personal phases. But you're stronger at it. You get it now. So as you get it, then it starts to be fun. You're like, wait, I can shape my life however I want. Nothing has meaning here. I can make whatever work for me, even phases where I've been told that I don't have this thing, or I don't have this career, I don't have this job, I don't have this money. Those phases, now that you've seen it through a bigger perspective, those phases actually are when I can be the most creative about it. The restriction, there's nothing to fear in the restriction. There's nothing to fear in losing things. There's nothing to fear in having less money than I usually have. There's nothing to fear in not having the relationship anymore. There's nothing to fear in not having the house anymore. See? It's the fact that you're able to dissolve the fear. Then you understand there's nothing to fear when the things that I want are not here yet. Again, you're able to embrace the entire process. There's nothing to fear. Yes, it'll be great when these things are happening. At the same time, there is nothing to fear about the stuff that I desire not being in front of me. Why? Because I'm bigger than this thing, and because they were just experiences. They're not bigger than me. There is nothing to fear. And also now you're able to be creative. The restriction, the not having this thing in front of you, there was a reason for it. It's because you're creating it. You're getting to experience, okay, but see, this is something that you unlock when you are actually able to embrace everything, good or bad. And you're like, okay, I don't have it in front of me yet. Great. Why? Because I'm shaping it. It's not going to look like anyone else's. It's going to look like mine because it's my experience. For me to get to experience being the creator of my reality, I then have to have the full experience of creating something, which goes from there's a blank page, there's something I'm putting on the blank page, now there's a painting. That's what it's like to create your reality. And then you fear nothing. You fear nothing. You don't fear not having the stuff because there's no reason to fear it. You're creating it. That's your chance to create it out of nothing. That's your chance, actually. No relationships around you, that's the chance to create good ones. No money around you, that's your chance to improve your relationship to it. No career, none of the stuff that you thought would be there, it was not for you. Here's your chance to create it with the stuff that you learned. Here's your chance to turn everything around for you. Here's your chance to make everything work for you. Here's your chance to make it all you. Here's the chance to create a life that is yours, that no one else trained you into, no one else guided you to do, no one else put the steps in. Your life. And the fun and the enjoyment that you get out of that does not compare to anything else. It is euphoric. And it's euphoric to know that you got yourself here. You got yourself here. You unlocked it. You unlocked it. You maintained that connection to yourself into something bigger for long enough to actually start to create out of that place. You're actually starting to create from source now. You're working with source now. You are living with source now. You are behaving from source now. You are behaving as this thing that is good and peaceful and constantly positive. You're behaving as you're behaving like it now. You might have your human moments. You're a human, you're living a human story, but your connection to the source, your connection to yourself and your higher self and everything in it is so consistent that life starts to look more like that place. Life starts to look more like that peace and that joy and that nice creativity, the euphoria. It starts to look like that more often than not. And that's everything that matters. It's just you giving yourself the best experience possible while you're in this thing. While you're in this thing, what else do you have to do except enjoy it in every single present moment the most that you can? That joy comes from your connection to yourself and something bigger. You're now able to feel it more consistently. That's it. That's your goal. That's your goal. That's it. It's just you notice how through the stages it's just how much more consistent can you be? How much more can you create out of this space compared to all the other stuff? How much of your time can you spend here compared to your time outside of here? How big of a role can this connection play compared to everything else, right? And then you get to a phase of life where that connection comes first and everything else second. You That's it. You did it. You did it. That's the goal. There's nothing else to chase. You're chasing your way back to yourself, nothing else. That's it. You graduated. You get to go and enjoy. What is your reward? Getting to enjoy this place more. There's no other reward. Don't even think for a second there's something else. Your reward for all of that is you're actually able to enjoy life. What else could you want? That's the only thing. That's the only goal. You did it. You gave it to yourself. Now enjoy it because that's all there is to it. Just go and enjoy it now. So I have the video that's for step 2. I might make more on the step 3, but anyway, I'll continue to add it to the playlist. I have 2 playlists now. One is energy work. Energy work recommended for phase 2. That's a cleanup job. It's the energy work playlist. We have energy risers. You can use it in phase 2 too, but when you're in a good mood, I would recommend when you're in a good mood, put the energy risers on because you're in a good mood, it will get you higher. If you're in a low mood, it will just piss you off, honestly. Energy work for phase 2, when you need to go from low mood to a better mood. When you're already in a better mood, use the energy risers to keep rising, to keep more consistent in that good mood, to keep getting better, okay? Energy work first. I'm going to use the scale again. Energy work if you're in a low mood and you need to improve it and you need calming down. Energy risers for when you're already in a good mood, you need to keep it up. And relaxing practices, I'm giving you this as a prescription. Relaxing practices are also your homework for every single step. Relaxing practices, I don't care where you are at in the scale, relaxing practices, okay? We are relaxing and we are calming down because that brings us back to ourselves, and that's the only thing that you're chasing, okay? Promise you, only thing you're chasing. And that's it. I will be here for support. I'll continue to talk about this. I'm your teacher now. So welcome to class. Welcome to class and enjoy. Enjoy your ride.